All right. So welcome to the slow flow tonight. I'll have you start off in a comfortable seated position, just as a way to ground yourself into the practice and into the space. And find a way where your sit bones can be rooted and grounded onto your mat. Place your hands onto your thighs and sit up nice and tall. Take a nice full inhale in through the nose. Sigh it out through the mouth. Take a full inhale in. Sigh it out. Take another nice full inhale in through the nose. And sigh it out. Now, I would like for you to do just a few seated cat-cows just to get some movement going. So pulling the sternum forward, looking on up, tilting the pelvis gently. And then rounding the chin into the chest. Bringing the scapulas away from the spine into your cow and then, or cat, and then find your cow on the inhale. And cat on the exhale. And maybe do this a few more times. And if it feels good, make some circles with the hips in reverse direction until you find a point of stillness that feels good to you. And then bring the shoulders over the hips. Pull the chin back gently so the ears can be aligned with the shoulders. Crown the head reaches high towards the sky. Great. All right, take a nice full inhale in for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. And slowly exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. Inhale for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. And exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. Inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. And exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. Now I want you to go kind of at this pattern. It may not necessarily be your rate or depth, but go at this pattern just for a few more cycles of breath and see if it's something that you can carry with you throughout this practice. So here we go. Okay, Slowly and carefully, let's connect the breath back with the seated cow. So let your inhale be just as long as you find your cow. So slowly bring the sternum forward, look up. Gently hold. And then as you exhale, tip the chin into chest, round the back, into your cat. Hold. And then cow as you inhale. Don't rush it. Hold. And exhale into your cat. Hold. All right, inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. One more time. Find your seated cow as you inhale. Holding at the top. And cat as you exhale. And then come back into seated. Let your breath fall into a natural rhythm. One more cycle. Great. Reach your arms up high to the sky as you inhale. Set the left hand behind you, right hand on your knee as you exhale. See if you can deepen your twist just a little bit by looking out over your left shoulder. One more cycle of breath. And then reach your left hand, so the hand that's behind you, high to the sky. Keep the rotation into the spine. And then as you exhale, tip towards your right knee. So now you add the flexion. Spin your left palm up towards the sky and see if you can open up your heart. Okay, one more cycle of breath here. See if you can keep that long breath. And then reach your left hand high to the sky. Keep it there as you reach your right arm and rotate back forward on your inhale. And then fold forward as you exhale. One more big breath here. Keep the shoulders drawing down and away from the ears. And then reach the arms up high to the sky. Set the right hand behind you, left hand on the right knee. Rotate the spine over towards the right. Take the gaze over the right shoulder. Stay here for one full cycle of breath. And then reach your right arm up high to the sky. Tilt over towards the left knee. You're here for just 2 more cycles of breath. And then as you inhale, bring the right arm up, followed by the left. Rotate the torso back towards center. And then fold forward. Keep the sit bones engaged. into the mat if you can. And then drop the head, neck, and shoulders. And then slowly and carefully walk yourself back up. Beautiful. Okay. Come into a tabletop pose. So knees are underneath your hips, palms are spread nice and wide underneath the shoulders. Tuck under your toes and push out through the heels. Okay, then drop the belly, pull the sternum forward, look on up, find the cow. Squeeze the scapulas together. You're here for another cycle of breath. And then as you exhale, press the palms into the mat, tuck the chin into the chest. Let the scapulas move away from the ears. Belly button comes into the spine, round the back. And if you want, you can put the tops of the feet onto the mat, into your cat. See if you can keep spreading the scapulas away. And then as you inhale, find your cow. Maybe tuck under toes. And as you exhale, find your cat pose. All right, flow here for a few more cycles of breath. And then if you want, you can add variation by making C shapes with the spine. Really warming up. And then find some stillness in your tabletop. Take the big toes together. Take the knees wide. And then tuck under the toes. And then send the bum back onto the heels for a child's pose, but the toes are tucked under, so you should feel a gentle stretch in the foot or in the feet. And then walk the palms towards the top of the mat. Let the head rest. And then if you can, maybe reach the right fingers a little bit forward. And then the left fingers. And drop into your deep cycle of breath. One more big breath here. And then slowly and carefully push yourself up into a tabletop pose. And then lower down slowly onto your mat so that you are prone. Okay. I want you to adjust your hips so you feel like you have some balance on the hip bones. Okay, and then maybe rock the legs from side to side until you feel that you're on the middle part of your legs. Palms are underneath the shoulders, tops of the feet are touching the mat. And then as you inhale, press the palms into the mat, lift the chin, lift the chest gently. So you're in a low cobra. One more breath here. Maybe you push up a little higher, maybe you don't worry about it. And then lower down as you exhale. All right, as you inhale, push yourself up into your cobra pose. This time, focus on keeping the shoulders down and away from the ears, elbows in tight towards the torso, or maybe you are straightening your arms. How about right here? All right, take one more cycle of breath. Bring the sternum forward a little bit more. And then slowly lower. Great. Push yourself up into a tabletop pose. And then with the toes tucked under, send the bum onto the heels and then walk yourself up. So now you're in a hero or rock pose. Palms are onto the thighs, crown of the head reaches up high towards the sky. All right, as you inhale, bring your arms up high. Exhale, palms come into heart center. Inhale, reach the arms up high. Exhale, fold forward into your child's pose. Shift forward into tabletop. And then lower down onto your mat. Find your cobra wherever you're at. And then lower down. Push up into tabletop. And then tuck under the toes, come back into your rock or hero pose. Okay, let's do that a few more times, okay? Really connecting the breath with the movement. So inhale, reach the arms up high. Exhale, prayer. Inhale, reach up high. Child's pose as you exhale. Use the inhale to transition into tabletop. Exhale to lower. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, transition down. Inhale, push yourself back up into tabletop. Tuck under the toes and then exhale, rock or hero pose. Stay for a cycle of breath. All right, one more time. Inhale the arms up high. Hands come into prayer as you exhale. Inhale, reach up high. Child's pose as you exhale. Shift into tabletop. Lower down. Cobra. Lower. Table. And then your hero pose. Stay for a cycle of breath. All right, reach your arms up high on the inhale. Find your child's pose as you exhale. Shift forward into tabletop. Lower down. Cobra as you inhale. And you can always play around with your height. Lower down. Tuck under your toes and push yourself up into a plank pose. But you can always go from cobra to table and then plank. Crown of the head reaches forward, palms root into the mat, push out through the heels. All right, slowly send the hips up high to the sky for your first downward dog. So I'm on the toes and the balls of my feet. My knees can be bent or they can be straight. Really focus on pushing the toes and the balls of the feet evenly into your mat, and then decide if the heels need to reach down.
Palms are rooted, tailbone reaches high. One more big breath here. And then walk your feet to the back of your hands. All right, find your halfway lift and allow the hands to slide up the legs. Fold forward. With the knees bent, feet planted, reach your arms up high to the sky, full inhale. And then down to the side for your mountain pose. Palms root forward. Okay. This will come back in some lunges, but I really want you to just focus and practice with stepping evenly on your feet so you can rack back on the heels, lift and spread the toes, set the toes down, and then lift up onto the heels, then set the heels down. And then even throughout the legs, if you can feel the outside and the inside of your legs kind of engaged too, that would be great. So you feel this balance. All right, here we go. Reach your arms up high to the sky, full inhale. Fold forward as you exhale. Halfway lift. Plant your hands, step both feet back into your plank pose. And then lower down slowly. Find your cobra. And then push back into your downward dog. Two more big breaths here. This is your last breath. And during this last breath, focus on rooting your left foot into the mat. Reach the right leg high behind you, three-legged downward dog. Maybe bend the right knee and stack the hips on top of each other. Spread the toes, make circles. And then three-legged downward dog. And then step your right foot through to your hands, high runner's lunge. Stay up on your left toes here. Push out through the left toes. Heart reaches forward. Okay, right hands to the outside of the right foot. Spin your left heel down. Let your left foot plant. Okay. And then reach your left arm up high to the sky. So the right hand is planted to the outside of the right foot, left hand is high. And if you want, you can slowly rotate the torso up gently. And then bring the left hand high. Okay, left hand comes underneath the right leg. Look out over the right shoulder. Keep pushing down through the left foot. And then reach your right arm out to a T. And then left arm de-threads, torso parallel to the right thigh, airplane arms. All right, and then as you inhale, reach up. Warrior one. And then open up to your warrior two. You might have to make some adjustments to your stance. Drop the left hand to the back of the left thigh, right hand comes high to the sky. Look at your right fingertips. And then keep reaching your right fingertips towards the back of your mat, towards your left foot. And then eventually take your gaze towards your left foot. And then reach towards your left foot with both hands. Spin your torso towards the middle. And then head back towards the inside of your right foot. Spin your left heel up. So now you're in your high runner's lunge, but both hands are in the inside of your right foot.
There's a lot going on. So we're here for just another cycle of breath. So now you're in a lizard pose. All right, left hand stays planted, reach your right arm up high to the sky, and then rotate your torso up. So you give yourself another rotation. All right, reach the right hand up. This time, set the right hand back to the outside of the right foot. Drop the left knee. Left toes can be tucked or untucked. And then walk your right foot over towards your left hand, coming into a pigeon pose. All right. Keep the palms planted. Sternum reaches forward. Shoulders drop down and away from the ears. You're in this version of a pigeon for just 2 more breaths. And then slowly walk forward, coming into your sleeping pigeon, where you stay for 10 big breaths. So you get a chance to drop back into the breath you set at the beginning of your practice. Two more breaths. All right, after you complete your next exhale, palms are underneath the shoulders, walk yourself up. So now you're back in a pigeon. Tuck under the left toes, lift the left knee, and then send the right leg back into your 3-legged downward dog. If you want, you can stack the hips. And then find a downward dog. Shift forward into your plank pose. And then lower down slowly. Find your cobra. And then push back into your downward dog. Two more breaths. Last breath. Slowly start planting on your right foot as you send your left leg high. Bend the left knee so you stack hips, spread the toes, making circles. 3-legged downward dog. And then step the left foot through to the hands high, runner's lunge. So you're in this runner's lunge to get your foundation, push out through the right heel, enjoy a little bit of a stretch, but also too to give yourself a little check that you're not shrugging shoulders up towards the ears. Left hand is planted to the outside of the left foot. Spin your right heel down. Start pushing out through the outside edge of the right leg. Reach your right arm up high to the sky.
And then open up if you'd like, just a little bit. And then right hand is high. And then thread the right arm underneath the left leg so you're looking out over the left shoulder. Left arm comes out to a T. Right arm comes out to a T as you hover over your left leg. And then as you inhale, reach up, warrior one. Open up to your warrior two. Looking out over your strong left fingers. Drop the right hand to the back of the right thigh. Left hand comes high to the sky, watching the left fingertips. Reach, reach, reach towards the back right leg. Look at the back right foot. All right, and then slowly reach towards the right foot as you bring yourself around. Both palms come to the inside of the left foot as you spin the right heel up. So you're in a lizard. Right hand stays planted, reach the left arm up high to the sky. And then slowly rotate the torso, maybe up a little higher, reach the left arm back, yogi's choice. Give yourself some space with the throat. And then bring the left hand to the outside of the left foot, high runner's lunge. Drop your right knee down. And then heel toe the left foot over to the right. Setting yourself up for your pigeon pose. Palms are underneath the shoulders. Shoulders are drawing down and away from the ears. You're here for another cycle of breath. And then slowly walk yourself forward. Coming into your sleeping pigeon pose for 10 deep cycles of breath. Here we go. Two more breaths. And then after your next exhale, let the inhale bring you back up into a pigeon where you stay because there's no rush. And then tuck under the right toes, lift the right knee so you can invite the left leg back for a three-legged downward dog. And then if you want to stack hips, you can. And then find your downward dog. Shift forward into your plank pose. And then lower down slowly. Find your back bend. And then push back into your downward dog.
right, reach your right leg forward, or sorry, up into your three-legged downward dog, and then step your right foot forward. All right, bring your left foot in just gently. Set your left heel down. And then reach your arms up so you come into a warrior one. Okay, straighten your right leg. So without locking the right knee. So bring the head of the femur back into the hip bone. Press your right big toe down. Okay, that'll help prevent too much hyperflexion or hyperextension, sorry. All right, reach the fingertips up high and then slowly hinge forward, reaching the fingertips. Okay, from here, once you're about halfway, take your right hand and place it to your low back and then drop the left hand to the inside of the right foot. Rotate your torso towards the right so you're in a revolved triangle. Leave your right hand to your low back if you would like, or reach your right hand up high to the sky. I'm a fan of the low back, but don't let that stop you. All right, take a nice full inhale. Maybe you hold. Exhale. Hold. One more cycle of breath. And then rotate your torso so you're back looking down at your right big toe. Have your right hand come to the inside of the right foot. And then reach the left arm up high to the sky. So you built your triangle. If you would like, you can take the torso up a little bit high, or rotate the torso a little higher. Left arm reaches up. All right, and then bend into your right knee. Come up into your warrior two. And then left hand comes back to the left thigh. Straighten the right leg so now you're in a reverse triangle. So you bend the knee to help you rise up. Okay, reach the right hand towards the left foot, so much so once again, you can reach both hands towards the left foot and then revolve yourself back to the inside of the right leg. And remember, the right leg is still straight. So now you have like a warrior one footing with a pyramid pose. One more breath here. And then bend into your right knee, spin your left heel up, right hand to the outside of the right foot, high runner's lunge. Right foot meets left foot, plank pose. And then slowly and carefully take it through your flow. Meet in your downward dog. One more breath. All right, reach the left leg high. Step the left foot through to the hands. Okay, and then step the right foot in a little bit and spin the right heel down. Reach up, warrior one. Okay, straighten the left leg. Bring the left hip back. Take your full inhale, reach up a little bit higher. And then fold forward as you exhale, pausing halfway. Okay, left hand to the low back. And then set your right hand to the inside of the left foot. Slowly revolve your triangle. So take the torso over towards the left side. And then it's your choice to reach the left hand high or keep the left hand at the low back. Remember, keep pushing the left big toe into the mat. Press all aspects of your right foot into the mat. And then bring your rotation back towards center. Left hand to the inside of the left foot. Reach the right arm up high to the sky so you built your triangle. If you want, you can rotate up. And then you bend into your left knee so you can find your warrior two. And then drop back into your reverse triangle. So as you reach the left hand high to the sky, you straighten the left leg. And then as you reach the left fingertips towards the back of your mat, your right foot, you look at the right foot. And then slowly reach towards the right foot as you bring yourself back around. Both hands to the inside of the left leg. You find this warrior one footing and pyramid pose. You know, it's a little weird, but it's a little, it's more abduction of the hips than the other version of pyramid. Sorry, that's a little anatomy rattling. Okay. All right. Left hand to the outside of the left foot as you bend into the left knee. Spin the right heel up, or runner's lunge. And then left foot steps back to meet right plank pose. And then slowly and carefully lower. Taking it through your flow. And then gently meeting in your downward dog. One more breath. And then walk your feet to the back of your hands. Make peace fingers and intersect the big toe and the second toe. Then set your big toe onto your peace fingers. Bend the knees, drop the head. And then as you inhale, press the big toe down. Find your halfway lift. And as you exhale, fold, torso to the knees. All right, a few more times, halfway lift. Fold. One more time. And fold. Release your peace fingers. And then I want you to bend so deeply that the bum sits onto the mat. Great. Okay. So come into your fire log pose. And for this, I'll have you have the left foot on the bottom, the left leg on the bottom, and then the right leg stacks on top. Try to have the heels line up with the knees if you can. Bolster what you need. Play around with the distance too. We're all a little different. Okay. Great. All right. Let's play around with some of the movement you did in the spine. So bring your arms out to a T. Bring the left arm underneath you, bend the elbow. Stack the right elbow into the inside of the left crook so you have a figure four. Perfectly great here. Stay here if you would like. If not, find your full eagle arm or some version of it. Okay. As you inhale, I want you to bring your elbows up a little bit higher than the shoulders. And as you exhale, allow them to lower. So you come back to the pace of breath that you set in the beginning. It's this beautiful breath that you've been able to thread throughout this practice. So Raise the elbows as you inhale and let them fall as you exhale. If at any point you want to be in stillness here, you can. Two more rounds. All right, let's stay in stillness for 2 breaths. Okay, slowly release your arms, bringing your right arm behind and the left arm behind the left shoulder, so you're in your cow face arms. If you want, you can stay in fire log, or if you want to find your cow face legs, you can by stacking the knees on top of each other. Let the right knee slide on top of the left. Okay, so you stay up nice and tall here. Be careful that you're not pushing the sternum too far forward, that your spine is nice and long. If you want, you can find some lateral flexion. So with this one, you'd be going over to the right and then back into center. Find some lateral flexion, flexing to the right, back into center. And then you can stay upright, or if you want, you can fold forward too. It just depends where you're at. All right, bring yourself up if you folded. We're together for another cycle of breath. Okay, slowly release. Extend the legs long. If you want, you can kind of shake the feet around, wave the feet, switch sides. So now the right leg is on the bottom. The left foot stacks. Try to keep the ankles and the knees lined up, and then adjust the distance of your legs from your pubic bone. Okay, bring your arms out to a T. This time, bend the right elbow about shoulder height, and then slide the left elbow to the inside of the right. So you have a figure 4. And then it's your choice if you want to come into full eagle arm. Same thing here. So as you inhale, allow the elbows to come up high. And as you exhale, allow the elbows to drop. And you follow the pace of your breath here. And if at any point you want to be in stillness, be in stillness. And then let's be in stillness for 2 cycles of breath. One more breath. And then as you exhale, slowly unwind, bring the left hand behind the small back, the small of the back, right hand comes behind the shoulders. So you find your cow face arm. If you want to find your cow face leg, you would slide your left knee on top of your right, but Mazzy's on my leg, so that's not an option for me. All right, nice and tall. And if you want to add the flexion, you can flex side bend to the left. And come back in. So you can add the flexion if you would like, or you can be in stillness. Just be mindful that you don't let the spine or the sternum push forward. And then find some stillness. And if you want, you can fold forward. And then bring yourself up. Slowly release the arms. Extend the legs long. And then you can kind of bob the legs around, wave the feet, shrug the shoulders. And then bring the feet flat onto the mat. Hug the knees into the chest here so you can bring the spine nice and tall. Tuck the chin into the chest and lower down one vertebra at a time. And then once the back of the head hits the mat, hug the knees into the chest. Wrap the arms around the shins and give them a squeeze. Rocking side to side. Okay. You can keep the knees together or you can take them wide. So play around with the abduction of the hips. You know, what feels good. And then the arms come out to a T. And then allow the knees to fall over to the right side. One more breath. And then as you inhale, bring the knees up. And as you exhale, allow them to fall over towards the left side. One more breath. And then as you inhale, come back into center. Let the knees be the same distance that you picked. Take a hold of the bottoms of the feet. Find your happy baby. All right, and then slowly bring the legs together. Arms come down to the side and legs come high. So you have a little legs up against the wall variation. Two more big breaths. As your next exhale happens, bring the knees into the chest. Extend the left leg long, followed by the right leg. Reach the arms up overhead. And like you did with the child's pose, reach the right arm a little bit higher, reach the right toes a little bit longer. And then reach the left arm a little bit higher and left toes a little bit longer. And then reach both sets of fingers and toes a little bit longer. And then bring the arms down to the side and let the feet splay wide. Welcome to your Shavasana pose. Know that I am minding the time for you and I will call you back. Take a nice full inhale in. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. One more time, full inhale in. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Use your next full inhale to reach your arms up overhead and give yourself a full body stretch. Exhale. Full inhale here. Roll over to your right side as you exhale, where you stay for a few cycles of breath. Use your left palm to slowly push yourself up, coming into a seated pose. Reach your arms up overhead as you inhale. Heart center as you exhale. Reach up as you inhale. Heart center as you exhale. Reach up as you inhale. Palms come together here, and then as you exhale, bring your palms to your third eye as a reminder to have loving thoughts. And then to your lips as a reminder to have loving words. And then to your heart as a reminder to have loving actions towards yourself and towards others. The light and love in me acknowledges and honors the light and love in you. Namaste.